Live streaming is on.
I got the evaluation question line 27.
What's line 30 to 43?
Is the evaluation questions.
Okay, why does it say J to Mach G through L?
If we want to vote, right? If everybody wants to vote.
I don't think we need to vote like that on the notes. It seems a little weird.
I mean, here is the also the if we want the links directly
Yeah,
to the.
right here. Yeah. I'm just saying I don't think it's required. Like we're not asking people to vote. I don't think you actually have to even fill out the form right here. Does that make sense? It's like totally optional.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
but I feel like this
just. It's optional.
I know, but I feel like this makes it look like it's not optional. You know.
Yeah, I guess. Took it away.
All right. So, does anyone want to go through the questions, Laleen, or have any other questions to ask? Or?
Yeah, I can do that.
Well, obviously, you speak great English, so that's fine. It's very professional, so that's fine. So, let's go into the internet, right? That seems pretty good, right?
Eileen, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Right. So, how would you score your internet?
1 to 10, rate from 1 to 10 is 10.
No, so that's not the correct question. The question, we are the ones scoring her internet, not her, right? So she can fill out her form. Does that make sense? So we're asking her what kind of internet she has and whether she has internet problems. Like, do you ever have internet problems?
Yeah.
Or that there's difficulty hearing you or anything like that?
Eileen?
Eileen.
Yes.
So the question is just whether or not you ever have internet troubles or problems with the communication on the internet, where it cuts out and...
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Okay, so let's go on showing up on time, reliable presentations. I mean, Eileen was here a little early. We talked even before the session. I was pretty impressed. So, generally, are you pretty punctual and show up on time, Eileen?
Yes.
Okay. So following through with work until it's completed for final output deliverables. What is your work style in relationship to getting actual deliverables done and actually achieving goals, which can be very difficult?
For me, I want to work in social media.
Okay.
Yeah, but this was not the question. Do you understand the question? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you understand the question? The question is, how would you describe your let's say your character, your attitude toward completing final an output or a deliverable?
So on that, I will do it professionally and finish the work done.
And what does that mean?
If ever there's a little confusing, I will not hesitate to ask questions for me to finish the work.
Yeah, but let's say.
So Alberto, I mean, I feel like she answered the question 2 or 3 times now. So I mean, I feel like we're ready to move on.
Okay.
Because like you can't just keep pushing someone to create an answer that is for you, right? Does that make sense? Like you have to have them make the answer.
No, I'm not creating an answer for me. I mean, to me, she didn't answer the question.
Okay, but
she gave an answer that is not. I cannot evaluate this question based on what she answered. I don't know what to give. I mean, what can I say?
The question is, do you follow through with work until it is completed for final output or deliverable? So you need to evaluate her based on her answer, not based on the answer that you want. Does that make sense?
No, it's not. I mean, the answer that I want is an answer. An answer to the question. Even to me, she gave an answer that is not doesn't answer the question. Is different. It's a different answer to me. So, but
Well,
it's okay. I mean,
Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So you can try to answer the question again, and I don't know how much more time you want to spend on it, but obviously we do have deadlines and stuff, but try to ask again if you want.
I mean, I think it's okay. I mean, I don't want to.
Well, I'll do it again too. So, Eileen, do you follow through with work until it's completed for final output or deliverable? Do you understand what a final output or deliverable is, or do you have any other questions about this question? And there's a little I could describe here. It says very few workers actually follow through all the way with their work until a goal is complete, right? It's very rare. And it's about taking full responsibility, going all the way to the end, triple checking, quadruple checking, verifying everything done correctly, right? Because if you don't do it, someone else has to do it. So do you understand the question, Eileen, or do you want to answer again?
For my understanding is that it was based on the responsibilities, right? Okay, if you want to work on that responsibilities, be sure to know what you are doing. If you don't understand what you are doing is, you have to ask question.
Okay. So Alberto, can we move on or what?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Is that to define for you, Alberto, or you need to ask me more question?
To me, you're not answering the question. You're answering
Okay,
something that
okay, okay.
is not applicable to the question.
What answer do you want me to?
Well,
What
that's
okay.
exactly how I feel, Alberto. Right? She just asked, what answer do you want me to give? You're pushing her to give an answer that you want, not the answer that she wants.
I just think a yes or a no would do.
Yeah, she could do yes or no, whatever. But the point, Alberto, is that you don't get to decide how she answers the question. This is her interview, your interview. You see what I'm saying? Like
Of course, I'm not.
borderline to it's getting borderline to policy tracking and stuff, because it's like we should just move on and people should feel comfortable answering the questions to the best of their ability. Your job is to evaluate her based on her question. If you don't feel like she answered the question correctly, you evaluate based on that. You don't
Yeah.
the entire team and tell someone they're
Time
bad.
to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Does that make sense, Alberto? Like it's not
Yeah,
your
and I was doing that, and then she asked me a question, and I answered to the question that she asked me. So I don't know what I need to do. So I shut up because I was going forward. I was evaluating her based on the question. I understand that, right? I understood that. Okay, let's move forward. Then she made me a question. What am I supposed to say?
What question did she ask you? I'm confused.
She asked you. She asked me, Alberto. Any other questions? Do you think that I answered the question? To me, she answered the question, but the answer she gave is not. I mean, anyways, I don't want to.
Yeah,
Let's
as
stop it
Jane
here.
said,
Yeah,
Alberto.
let's evaluate based on
Yeah,
the question that she gives. I understand that.
great. Yes,
Because
based on her answer.
it's just your personal opinion, like whether she answers the question correctly based on your standards versus my standards versus a taste standards or anyone else's standards. Everyone's gonna like do it a little differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I certainly don't want to sit here and argue whether or not people are required to answer questions in a certain narrow context. Like, people avoid questions all the time. It's like pretty normal. And this is a very difficult question as well, because 99% of people don't follow through with their work, right? So it's a very difficult question to answer. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so the next question is about doing work with minimal oversight and training. Getting work completed with minimal oversight and training. The more work you get done, less time and oversight. Does that sort of make sense? We're just kind of seeing how people feel about moving forward without a lot of training, etc. Eileen? Like, for example, some people like lots and lots of training before they do anything, and other people just go with what they know and they just do as much work as they can without any training at all.
Eileen, that's a question to you.
Yeah.
Did we lose
You're
Eileen?
muted. You're muted.
Okay.
Eileen, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, cool. So the question is just like doing work, completing work without much training and oversight, or if you prefer like a lot more training and before doing work, etc.
I would prefer to see the documents just like what before. We have one document before to send it to the new worker to study all the.
Stand up and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Okay, we're gonna do a quick stretch, but do you want to finish your response? Keep going.
Okay. Before, Zillow send me the documents in one folder that I will study about FQN, the responsibilities. Before, that was the rule before, and now this it is a big difference right now. So I'm very confusing on my side. That what will I do? What will going to do as a new worker in FQN?
Yeah. Cool. But just so you do know, we do have responsibly organizing still, and all our responsibilities are getting more and more organized. So it'll help you get any work that you've done that you need to. All right, cool. Are we ready to take a quick 30-second stretch, and then we can go on to the next question, unless there's something else someone else needs to ask?
Yeah. Let's say a quick 30-second stretch.
All right. The next question is working above and beyond your budgeted hours. So no one is required to work above their budgeted hours, but we still ask this question because we are a startup and we have a lot of work to do. So your new budget says 10 hours a week for training, and then 20 hours a week once you get to your normal budget. So I'm not sure why those are actually different. That's kind of weird that it changes 10 to 20 hours. That's fine. So the question is, working above 10 or 20 hours a week for equity. And so a lot of people obviously are just like, no, I'm not going to work any extra hours. I'm just going to work the hours that I'm budgeted. So that's up to you, but it's just good for us to understand.
Yes, and I can work 10 hours or more. But based on my POPP, that's only at 10 hours.
Sure, but I'm saying like if you were going to work above and beyond the number of hours you're budgeted. So for example, some people might be budgeted for 10, 20 hours a week, but they work 30, 40 hours a week because they want to actually complete the work. So again, you're not required to do that. We're just asking the question.
As long as I need to finish my work, I can work more than 10 hours. But the budget for me is only 10 hours. It will be fine for me as long as the work will be done.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that you are willing and interested in working above your budgeted hours, which means those hours would be
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So additional hours beyond the 10 hours or 20 hours would be equity. Does that make sense? And
Yes.
back. All right, cool.
That will be fine for us.
So, following policies. Do you like following policies and/or learning and changing policies, or do you prefer to just kind of go on the fly and just work on your own?
I will do to follow the policies.
You prefer to follow policies?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions on that? All right. Skills. Are you able to schedule and help with global scheduling? So global scheduling can be kind of complicated. So scheduling is a little easier these days because we do have regular scheduled sessions again. Are you available during America's times? And do you understand with global scheduling and getting our scheduling all set up in advance?
Yes, I understand, Jay. I will
Mhm.
be available for that. Okay. Just like before. Sometimes I sleep 3 a.m. the morning in Philippine time.
Yeah. All right. So then virtual real-time assistant. Um, I mean, this one's hard to do it, but do you have any experience with real-time assistant roles and VA work? Do you, or have any questions on that or understand it?
Real-time virtual assistant. Right now,
Yeah.
I'm working as a freelancer virtual assistant,
Okay.
particularly doing data entry, video editing, and photo editing, and creating videos.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do you take on master real-time? Do you take on a master real-time session positions? Are you willing to take on positions like during a session, which includes facilitation, note-taking, timekeeping, all that kind of stuff?
Yes, Jay.
Yeah. Okay.
But Jay, I will ask.
Uh,
In every session, we'll be the one to record the session. Just before we only open the YouTube, we only link the YouTube. Right now,
yeah. I
we're all.
mean, anyone can record a session. It's perfectly fine.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. All of our sessions are open, public, transparent. So anyone can. You could have 10 people recording and broadcasting simultaneously. It just doesn't matter. Like anyone's welcome to record and broadcast, do whatever. Like because everything's public and transparent, open.
Okay.
But we at least try to have one person recording.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
All right. So this question is a little outdated, but basically the first question relates to taking notes and documenting activities. If you have skills there, relationship to taking notes and documents and editing and things like that.
Yes, Jay.
Okay, well, if you want to answer the question, you can answer the question like in terms of what it means to you in terms of that, but it's fine. We can move on if you want. So the second one is finances and actually doing calculations with spreadsheets and actually doing financial calculations with spreadsheets. It's mainly adding, dividing, all that. Do you have experience with spreadsheets?
I have experience on spreadsheet, but now in FQN, there's a very big confusing for me because before we're not use only few documents we're using spreadsheet. Our
Yeah.
session before we're
Mhm.
using Google Doc, but now we're using spreadsheet. But it's
Yeah.
really
So
fun. I can work with spreadsheet. Okay.
these two questions need to be updated. So someone could note that here. So we need to update these two questions, line 40 and 41 and 42. So update these questions to be based on. So for the documentations, it's basically note taking, editing, obviously in English in this case, and other communications. And then this other one is basically financial and mathematical spreadsheet calculations, right? So again, it doesn't matter whether it's on a spreadsheet or not. The question is whether or not you're good at like writing and taking notes and all that stuff, and whether or not you have skills in doing financial spreadsheets and doing calculations for finances. Okay. So did you have anything else you wanted to add to those questions, or? All right. So I guess that's a no. Are there any other questions for Eileen from anybody? Alberto, if you had to, if you want to ask other questions to Ate?
Yeah, so Eileen, you're in the Philippines, right?
Stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Come again, Alberto.
Your nationality?
You're in the Philippines, right?
Filipino, yes.
Yeah. So right now for you is 6, almost 7 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yes.
So basically, that would mean that do you have any other jobs, or like the morning would you be available to work?
Yes, I'm always available because my work as of now is a freelancer virtual
Yeah,
assistant.
you said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's pretty cool because that means that you would be super available for Cobalt and Sonic.
Yes, I can manage my time.
I found that Philippines is very available for Sonic, less so for Cobalt, but you know, a roll of the dice like off and on depending on the person and their schedule. Because Cobalt can be very early. The fact that we do Cobalt Hour 3 actually will help significantly.
9 o'clock for her.
Yeah, because we used to do Cobalt Hour 1, and it was like a little more difficult because it would be like 5 in the morning or something like that. But yeah, that it definitely Philippines is a good time for.
Yeah, very good. All right, cool.
Well, any other questions for Aline?
No.
Cool. All right, so I think we are good on that.
Yeah, I have a question.
All right.
So you worked in FQN already from when to when?
What, Alberto?
When did you work in FQN already? From which month of the and year to?
Year 2017. I started working on FQN is I think that is August 2017 up to I was stopped on 2018 March because there's a big problem with my family. And then my internet connection before I'm just connecting to our neighbor. I'm just connecting to our neighbor. I don't have a internet connection. So that's a big problem to me before.
Cool. Yeah, so a lot has changed, for sure. But glad to have you back. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yes, thank you.
Time to take a break. Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
All right, so we're going to take a break. I would note here that if Eileen joins the team, that would mean that we would have 3 workers, Mamoon, Joyce, and Eileen, who all left FQN and then came back later.
Yes.
Good sign.
Yes. All right. So I think that is everything for the evaluation form. But let's go ahead and take a break. Come back, and I do have a few other questions in general and next steps for Eileen. Okay.
Okay.
Great. Yeah.
Jay, you're recording.
Yes. Thank you.